Hey, what's going on? You know who it is. You know what it is. All right, you guys. Peep game. All right. I'm back with part 2 with the Raiders versus the city of Oakland. I picked up a lot of subs since I last did this video, but I have to do this video again because I feel like, it's time for the people to accept the fact that the Raiders were never permanently staying in Oakland. And that Las Vegas was in the Raiders' plans all along, going as far back as 1998. This has been getting plans. I'm serious, y'all. This has been getting plans since, the late 90s, the Raiders to Las Vegas. But you have to wait till the timing is right. And you just have to, and I'm going to put that all together for you guys in this video. And I want y'all to listen closely. And I'm going to give y'all all the pieces. And I'm going to tell you some inside information that I knew of a long time ago. I knew the Raiders were going to move to Las Vegas. I knew they were going to vote for the Raiders to move to Las Vegas. Keep in mind, out of 32 owners, 30 of the owners voted yes. That includes that fake Jerry Jones, who was talking all this shit about, the Raiders need to stay in Oakland and he gonna possibly help keep the Raiders in Oakland. You know what I'm saying? But he was one of the people that voted for the Raiders to be able to move to Las Vegas. The Las Vegas move to the Raiders means more money for everybody. Raiders, NFL, all that shit. Sports gambling. It's, you know what I'm saying? But I will tell you guys, I wouldn't bet on no football game in Las Vegas concerning the Raiders. I'm just keeping it 100. If you trying to ask me, am I saying the fix is going to be in? Well, I'll put it to you this way. It is Las Vegas. Okay? So let's keep it 100. But anyway, let's talk about the overall, voting to move and the city of Oakland. For the last year, I've been hearing people solely trying to blame this on Libby Shaft and the past mayors of Oakland and all that type of shit. And saying that Libby Shaft waited to the 11th hour to come with a deal, and that's why here's the thing. What did Mark Davis say? He said if the city of Oakland came with a feasible plan to keep them in Oakland, they would stay. That came out of Mark Davis' mouth. He was the one that said Oakland is his first choice, which was a lie, because that deal in Las Vegas got put together too quick. Like I said before, I'm going to get to that in a minute. Now, who gives a damn about it was the 11th hour or whatever the case may be? Because, let's talk about basketball. The Sacramento Kings were on their way to Seattle. I'm talking about it was a done deal. I'm talking about they was sold, book it. They was, right about now, the Sacramento Kings should be playing in Seattle. But Kevin Johnson put together a plan to where the Maloof brothers was sold to the Indian cat, not Native American Indian, but the Indian cat. And he ended up buying the team, and he built them that new stadium. I don't know where it is. I haven't been to that part of Sacramento in a while. I started to go over there and check it out when when I went to see Derry Noble fight, but I needed to get back home. But nevertheless, Kevin Johnson, former NBA player, he found a way to keep that team. He found a deal at the 11th hour to where the team ended up staying in Sacramento. So I don't want to hear that. Mark Davis said he wanted a cozy stadium. He said he wanted a stadium that was, he said he wanted a cozy stadium. He said he wanted a 55,000 seat football stadium. Now this stadium right here, if I'm not mistaken, is going to hold 65,000 on the regular, and for Super Bowls like about 70,000. Because I think to hold the Super Bowl, you have to be able to equip it to hold at least 70,000 for a Super Bowl and shit. I mean, the NFL and they fucking rules. Now, anyway, getting back, sorry I digress a little bit, but I want y'all to grasp and just understand. Like I said, they would never stand. When Libby Schaaf came with their deal, Mark Davis refused to accept it. She told him before they voted that they had a deal in place. And Mark Davis and the NFL still allowed the owners to vote. And they all voted, well, most of them voted yes, except for 2 owners, for them to move. This is fact. She said, hey, I have a deal in place. I can present it to you. Just put the voting off. I have a deal in place. She said we could get shovels in the ground immediately. And Mark Davis, after saying, well, if they come with a deal, we'll stay. Well, Mark Davis tried to pull Las Vegas. And like I said, Oakland should have got priority over Las Vegas. But it was the other way around. They had a deal, and Mark Davis didn't want to accept the Oakland deal because he was moving to Las Vegas all alone. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, back, you can look this up if you think I'm lying. Now, I followed this story closely. Now, back in 1990, if I'm not mistaken, 1998, they said this story came out too, that a person by the name of Mark Davis came to Las Vegas and inquiring about the Raiders coming to Las Vegas. And then, if I'm not mistaken, he filed or at least put in paperwork for a trademark Las Vegas Raiders way back in 1998. You hear me? 1998. Fucking 20 years ago. Now, once again, remember the 1999 film Romeo Must Die starring Jet Li and Aaliyah? The movie that takes place in Oakland? The main premise of that movie was about the Raiders leaving Oakland and the dude, Delroy Lindo's character, trying to bring the NFL back or at least get an expansion team in Oakland. And they had a conversation at the barbershop when dude was saying, damn, they want to bring another team to Oakland? Don't you think they would have learned their lesson after the Raiders left again? And I just, and I remember watching that movie, leave again? Well, guess what's happening? They leaving again. How in the fuck did they know to put that in the movie that the Raiders was going to leave again? Because they already knew eventually that deal was going to get put in place. They couldn't move the Raiders to Las Vegas back then, 20 years ago. One, population wasn't big enough, gambling issues, all that, mafia, all that type of shit. They had to wait it out. Because if you don't know, Las Vegas is a growing city. I'm going to tell you right now, in the daytime, it's at least, just around the strip areas, like anywhere from 200,000 to 300,000 people walking around the strip area. Just from the Mandalay Bay to the opposite end where Circus is, and to the outskirts where the Palm is, and the Rio. It's hundreds of thousands of people walking in that area. Plenty of people that can fill up a football stadium. Vegas, at least throughout the day, for visitors, tourists, whatever, Vegas have easily at least 2 million people walking around. And Vegas is spread out. They still got plenty of room. A lot of people is moving to Nevada because the cost of living is cheaper out there. So they couldn't do it back then, but now they can. It's all about timing. And the timing was right to try this now. It would have never worked. Like I said, if you think I'm lying, go watch that movie called Romeo Must Die, and it was predicted then, like almost 20 years ago, that the Raiders would leave Oakland again. Well, look what's happening. They leaving Oakland again. Sometimes movies tell you what's going to happen. And I think somebody found out and they put that in a movie. And they made that the premise of Romeo Must Die. That is almost scary. It's almost scary. Back in 1999, they predicted that the Raiders would leave Oakland again. And don't say that was a coincidence. Nah. That was in the NFL's plan and the Raiders' plan. They never was going to stay in Oakland permanently. And then that's why they got into it with the A's, because Al Davis at the time made them do that shit to the Coliseum. They fucked the Coliseum up. The Coliseum was a beautiful stadium, and they made that monstrosity Mount Davis, and they fucked the Coliseum up. The A's, instantly needed a new stadium. And then the A's desperately were trying to build new stadiums, but you had resistance from Jerry Brown, fuck him, and then some of these silly ass politicians. I thought it was at a time where it was just a conspiracy to get all the teams out of Oakland. You know? For real. But I'm trying to tell y'all, I'm trying to give y'all some game, man. I'm just telling y'all the truth. That the Raiders was moving to Las Vegas all along. Now, let me give you another clue. When I went to Las Vegas for Andre Ward, Sergei Kovalov too, back in November of 2016, I saw JT the Brick, and he does a local TV show for the Raiders, and he does a radio show with the Raiders. I think it's a pregame show. I kind of don't like JT the Brick, but you know, I remember his radio show in the Bay. He kind of a smuck, you know. But nevertheless, I pulled JT the Brick to the side. I didn't want to make no video about it because I didn't want to make people upset. I said, "Hey JT, man, from me to you, I'm from Oakland, man. What's up, man? Is the Raiders gonna stay in Oakland or they moving to Las Vegas?" JT said, "Man, they moving out here, man. The owners are gonna vote to move the team out here." Mark Davis already didn't put that out there. Mark Davis already didn't worked it out with the owners. So that fake voting shit, that voting shit was fake. Mark Davis had already talked to all the dudes. He already knew way back then who was all gonna vote for the team to move to Las Vegas. He already knew it. That's why when the first deal didn't work with that Sheldon Anderson dude, you notice Mark Davis wasn't tripping. He said, "Well, you know, I ain't tripping. You know, we got something else in place." And he kept saying, Las Vegas will be the Raiders' new home. He had said way back in January that the Raiders was moving to Las Vegas no matter what. So how the fuck was Oakland gonna keep them there when Mark Davis was the one who didn't want to cooperate when a deal was presented to him? Mark Davis was fucking lying. And going back to when the registration, or should I say, when he tried to trademark Las Vegas Raiders back in 1998, they said it was a dude living in Danville. Now, I know for a fact Mark Davis lives in Danville, Alamo. You know what I'm saying? He lived out that way. So, put two and two together. Once again, like I said, JT the Brick told me this out of his own fucking mouth way back in November of 2016 that he was going to get the votes to move to Las Vegas. All that shit about the drama they tried to make it seem like will they or won't they? It was already worked out behind the scenes. They just wanted to do like Triple G, give you big drama show, but they was moving to Las Vegas. It way back then. You know what I'm saying? This was always in the cards. So that's why that's why the city of Oakland is going to win that antitrust lawsuit. Because they know that the Raiders reneged on that deal and the NFL fucked them over. I'm telling the truth, y'all. Please don't get mad at me. I'm just telling y'all the truth. A lot of people don't want to hear the truth, but like I keep telling y'all, the Raiders was moving to Las Vegas. It was predicted way back in 1999. So that's why when Ticket broke the story that the Raiders got 30 out of 32 votes, I was like, and when people in Oakland and at my job was like, you think the Raiders is going to get the votes to move? I didn't want to say nothing, but I knew they was going to, I knew. So, at the end of the day, please don't get mad at me for telling the truth. That's why the Raiders is saying, well, if they file a lawsuit, we gonna leave. We gonna leave after this season. Like I said, they should go now. Shit, to be honest with you, I'm just telling y'all. And and I'm telling you, you know why they gonna settle too? Why they gonna pay? You know why they gonna pay the city of Oakland that $500 million? Because they can reveal the same information I got, where they can expose the Raiders and say, hey, you guys been planning this shit way back in 1998. But I'm telling y'all now, because if Libby Schaaf puts that information out, then it's gonna be a wrap. Which most people know anyway. I'm telling you, if you think I'm lying, you can research it yourself. I ain't got a lot of you motherfuckers. I'm just telling y'all. And if you also think I'm lying, go watch that movie Romeo Must Die. It was made 1999. Like I said, in that movie, it was predicted that the Raiders was going to leave again. And now they leaving again. So, bottom line is, just accept it, man. The Raiders had no intentions on staying in Oakland. It was a temporary move. It was a stall tactic. They basically did exactly what Anthony Joshua had been doing as far as trying to make a fight with Deontay Wilder. The Oakland Raiders wasn't trying to really make a deal with the city of Oakland. Libby Schaaf was the scapegoat. Go look at some of the articles. Mark Davis was telling you that they didn't gave up on Oakland. But at the same time, you said Oakland was your first choice. So how is Oakland your first choice if they came with a deal and you decided to leave anyway? Like I said, Las Vegas shouldn't have been able to trump Oakland. If Oakland had a deal first, then they should have went with the Oakland deal. Oakland had a deal. And that's where antitrust is going to come in. But I just wanted to, just run this by y'all. Y'all got to accept the truth. Mark Davis been lying to y'all. Now, I don't know how much Al Davis was in on this, but of course Al Davis had to know. They just was like, we'll just move the team back to Oakland until the Las Vegas thing get done. Until we're able to put a plan together, until we get over all the hurdles to get the team to Las Vegas. Bottom line, I'm out.